Welcome back to Control System lecture series. This is the third case which I would like to explain on the Routh Hurwitz criteria. So in the last two cases, I think you might have gone through my previous video. If not, kindly go through it. And this is the third case. In this third case, the condition is the first element of a row is 0. But the rest of the element of that particular row is a non-zero element. So at that time, what can be done? Because first column is very important, right? So in the first column, make sure that all the elements should be like non-zero. Sign changes we can identify, but it should be non-zero. So taking decision is very, very difficult for this condition. So how we can make out? I'll help you out. So for example, let me show you some simple example. So based upon that, I'll be discussing how to solve that particular problem. And the condition is first element of a row is 0, but the rest of the elements are non-zero. So what is the condition? So in the second case, all the elements of that particular row is 0. But this is different. First element of that row will be 0. So how to proceed further? So I'll help you out. So moving on to the discussion, I'll be showing you some simple example so that I can convince you better. As you can view, the first element of a row is 0, but some or other elements are non-zero. So there is an example. By Routh criterion, determine the stability of s to the power 5 plus s to the power 4 plus 2 s to the power 3 plus 2 s to the power 2 plus 3s plus 5 is equal to 0. It's a characteristics equation. So first in the foremost, as usual, we need to formulate the Routh array. So highest order is s to the power 5, then lowest order is s to the power 0. Like that you can mark in the at the beginning in the extreme left side. Now you try to update the coefficient. S to the power 5 coefficient is 1. S to the power 3 coefficient is 2. S to the power 1 coefficient is 3. First row is completed. Let us move on to the second row. Second row starts from s to the power 4. Kindly note update the coefficient. Here coefficient is equal to 1. Then coming back to s to the power 2 coefficient is equal to 2. Coming back to s to the power 0 coefficient is 5. So if you know all the elements of first and second row, obviously we know how to calculate the third, like a third row. So simple procedure. So let me calculate this particular element. That means 1 into 2. Here I have written 1 into 2, correct? Minus 1 into 2. Minus 1 into 2 divided by the 1 only. Okay. So 0 by 1, that is equal to 0. Similarly, second one also can calculate. How to calculate the second one? So let me show you once. It is already you people might have known, but I'll be revising once again for your better understanding. So look at here. Look at here. I want to calculate this element. So what to do? You try to remove this column virtually. Now 1 into 3, correct? 1 into 3, 3 minus 1 into 5, okay, divided by 1. So ultimately 1 into 3, 3 minus 5 divided by 1, that is equal to negative 2, minus 2. I got minus 2. And this element will be obviously 0 because there is no further element here. So the thing is, only the first element is 0, the second element is non-zero, again another element is 0. But however, the first element, it has come to 0, but the next element is non-zero. It is a special case. How to solve it? Very simple. So remember, the 0. The 0 means like a third row first element, that is 0, right? So the 0 will be replaced by one of the non-zero element, that is denoted by epsilon. Epsilon is a symbol, right? You might have heard about epsilon. Consider the third row. The first element is 0. That we got stuck actually. Instead of 0, use epsilon. It is we consider a non-zero element called epsilon in spite of 0. So what you can do, you please modify the Routh array. Let me modify the Routh array. So instead of 0, kindly put epsilon. As you can see, you got 0 here, right? So instead of 0, you need to put epsilon. So now rest of the element you are supposed to apply using the a normal procedure to compute the elements of Routh array. So to compute this element, how to calculate this element? Very simple. Please consider the elements corresponding to s to the power 4 and s to the power 3. So here 2 into epsilon minus of minus 2 divided by epsilon. So you get 2 epsilon plus 2 by epsilon. Hope you understood. Similarly, I want to compute this element. How to calculate this element? So I'll show you once. Very simple. Let me rub the remaining things so that you can understand it better. So kindly check out here. So I want to estimate this particular element. How do I do it? So please do consider the previous two rows I considered. Now delete the column corresponding to the element which need to be find out. So epsilon into 5, cross multiplication. 1 into 0 divided by epsilon. So ultimately I should get 5. 5 is the answer. This element will be obviously 0. So this is the way I could estimate the fourth row accordingly. If I found the value of fourth row, I just wanted to calculate fifth row because all the elements are essential. No. So let me, in order to calculate the fifth row, you please consider the previous two rows, elements corresponding to s to the power 2 and s to the power 3. So again, do the cross multiplication. These two elements should be multiplied minus 5 epsilon divided by corresponding this element. So here some simple calculation is required. You please do it accordingly, simplify and make it. So I want to calculate these two elements using the same principle, found that these two elements are 0. The next what you are supposed to do, I want to calculate the last row, the first element. So for that purpose, what I do, please do consider previous two rows. I consider previous two rows, then start multiplying. So for like these two elements minus this particular element. Ultimately, the result will be 5 only. So now you please focus on the first row. First column you can consider. Kindly mark the first column. Here, no problem. These two elements, no issue. This element also no problem. But the rest of the elements are in terms of epsilon. What you are supposed to do, you have to remove the epsilon. So to remove the epsilon, let us apply the limit. You please apply the principle of limit. So I am going to apply the limit in the first case. Second case. First case, let it be as it is. Second case, what is element? 2 epsilon e plus 2 by epsilon. So what you can do, limit epsilon tends to 0 to epsilon plus 2. Wherever you can see epsilon, kindly substitute as 0. So by simplifying, I get 2 by 0. What is 2 by 0? It is nothing but infinity. So 2 epsilon plus 2 by epsilon will be replaced by infinity. So that is done. So next one is one more element you can see, minus 5 epsilon square minus 4 epsilon minus 4 by 2 epsilon plus 2. Here also kindly apply the limit epsilon into 0. So this element you can copy down. Wherever you find epsilon, kindly substitute 0. So after simplification, I should get the value is equal to minus 2. So I got the value. So minus 5 epsilon minus 4 epsilon minus 4 by 2 epsilon plus 2 will be replaced by minus 2. So I think it's clear to everyone. So by coming to last, okay, coming to the last, yeah. So the 5 you keep as it is. So ultimately, modify the Routh array. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth and sixth row first element will be replaced by after applying the limit. Okay. So here I got already the first case it is infinity. Second case I got minus 2. So please modify your Routh array. So I modified the Routh array. So now modified Routh array will be 1, 1, epsilon, infinity, minus 2, 5. Correct? So this is the first column. Don't get confused about column and row. Whatever I have drawn is actually column only. Consider the first column. So after observing first column, I came to know 1, 1, epsilon, infinity, minus 2, 5. Here, what is your conclusion? 1, 1, positive. Epsilon also we consider positive element. Infinity also will be positive. But here we have a minus element. Then immediately we have positive element. Don't think about epsilon, infinity. Let it be. Let it be considered as a positive element. It's a special case, right? So here, first case, no sign changes. In the second case, no sign changes. In the third part, there is no sign changes. But whenever it comes to fourth, there is a sign changes. A positive infinity to minus 2, that is sign changes is equal to 1. Minus infinity, minus 2 to plus 5, another sign changes. So as there are two sign changes are occurring here, so two poles are locating at the right half of S plane for this particular system. So if two poles are available in the right half of S plane, according to the stability rule, we say the system is unstable. That means two poles are in the right half of S plane. Of course, the system goes unstable. System is highly unstable. So these are the inference which you can make out. So here I have written my conclusion. In the modified Routh array, there are two sign changes and two roots are locating at the right half of S plane. Hence, the system is of course unstable. So that is a simple inference I want to suggest you. So if first element is 0, please substitute the particular element by using epsilon. It's a special varieties of case like only the first element is 0, rest of the elements are non-zero. Such cases you can easily apply this rule. So for your better understanding and for your quick practice, I will be suggesting one more problem for you. The same cases. So we have a we have a characteristic equation I request everybody to frame the Routh array. You know already how to frame the Routh array. When I find the Routh array, I found that the first element of the third row is 0. So don't get panic. So instead of 0, what you can do, you please substitute epsilon. 0 is replaced with the epsilon. Epsilon is a non-zero element. Okay, for my convenience. So once I substitute instead of 0 as epsilon, rest of the element you are supposed to compute by using the symbol rule, matrix rule, multiplication. It's not a multiplication, that rule which I already explained. It's already there in my first video very clearly. Kindly watch once again. Here, rest of the elements you are supposed to compute. After computing, you get like epsilon, then 6 epsilon minus 3 by epsilon, minus epsilon square plus 9 epsilon minus 4.5 by 6 epsilon minus 3. So what is your focus is, you please apply the limit over second last and third last element. These two elements you can see now. So here, whatever I put the tick mark, kindly apply the limit. You can apply the principle of limit. Okay. So by applying the limit, I should get in this fashion. Wherever you can see the epsilon, kindly substitute 0. So ultimately, the first case I get minus infinity. In the second case, I am getting like a 3.2. See. So that a modified column of that router I will be 1 to epsilon as it is now changes. Next, fourth row first element is minus infinity. Fifth row first element is 3 by 2. Last element is 1. So here what you can do, check out how many sign changes are happening. Here it is pretty clear that look at the third, fourth, fifth row. So here first element of third, fourth, fifth row, sorry, first column. First element, first element of third, okay, third row also you can say, column also you can say, no issues. Okay, first column, the third, fourth, fifth row, these elements like epsilon minus infinity 3 by 2. So in light of this, plus epsilon to minus infinity, one sign changes. Minus infinity to 3 by 2, that is another sign changes. Since there are two sign changes are happening, so of course, two poles are locating in the right half of S-plane. If two poles are locating in the right half of S-plane, so I should say that system is unstable. So this condition is known as Routh Hurwitz criteria for the third cases. So kindly practice it systematically. Let me know if you have any questions. So we'll clarify later. You can communicate with me and prepare very well for your forthcoming examination as well as your gate examination. Happy learning. Also request you to subscribe our channel for getting the similar kind of video. Please do share if you found this video is very useful to others. So I wish you all the very best. Do well. Keep practicing. Happy learning. Have a great day. Thank you, everyone.